Okay, so we're going to begin this lesson about this question here about a farmer trying to figure out the average rate of picking peaches for his workers in the orchard. And here's the data from your question. Okay, so I've already set up a graph, just so you know. So here we go. I actually did this without any graph paper, so I used a ruler and just generated two lines at 90 degrees. Okay. And I've already picked the scale. So it's important to pick the scale correctly. I looked at the range of the hours and it goes from 0 to 10. So I figured 0 to 10 would be perfect along the bottom. It's appropriate to actually use numbers that make sense for your scale. And it has to be an even scale. You can't just use values from the table. You need to set it so that, you start at 0 at the start of the axis. And then you make regular marks, and I've decided that every centimeter there from my ruler would be a value of 1 for the number of hours. So this is 2 centimeters, so 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8, and 10. I could put 1s and 3s in there if I'd like to, and I actually might just to kind of make it more complete. But if you're running out of space, you can skip them. Okay, I also did that with the other variable. So along the x-axis, we have the horizontal axis, at least, is the independent variable, and it's always the one found on the top of a table. So the top row, or if it's in a vertical column, it would be the one found on the left. The one on the right or on the bottom of the table is the dependent variable. So it depends on how many hours you work. And so we're trying to connect how the number of baskets of peaches are connected to the number of hours worked. Okay, and I saw the range was from, again, kind of low up to a maximum of about 35. So I made sure I had a range that would work there. And you can have different graphs, but this one's going to kind of work for me. So I've got about 8 or 9 points. So I'm going to start plotting them. So the first one's 412. So I have that. So that's 10. That's 15. So 12 is about here. Okay. And then I also have 10, 35. So 10 and 35. That's going to be about here. Now I don't have perfect lines, so it's not going to be perfect. But you know what? You get the idea. 8, 22. So there's 20. 22 somewhere around here. Okay, and it's looking linear a little bit. 5, 16. So here's 5, and I'm going to go up to 16. That's 15, so a little bit more is 16. What else? 7, 17, so 7. And then 17 is just a little bit below 10. It's between 15 and 10, so it's going to be about here. Okay. 8, 20. So 8 and 20, that's pretty much on a set of grid lines. And if I had a graph paper, it'd be really nice. 615. So 615, here we go. We got a point. It's looking pretty linear, actually. 514. So 5 and 14. We've got that. And finally 10, 28. Okay, so 10, 28. So here we go. So that is my relationship. And so the idea with this, we're going to do a line of best fit. So I'm asking to create a scatter plot, which I did, and then find the mean coordinates and plot the line of best fit, and then use the line of best fit to extrapolate and interpolate info from the graph. Okay, so mean coordinates, I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to show you how to do this line of best fit. So this line of best fit is relatively easy to do. So the first thing you want to do with the line of best fit is to you want to have the line following the trend. So as you can see, the line kind of follows upwards to the right trend. So I know the line's going to go like this. Okay, the other thing that I want to do with the line of best fit is I want to make sure that I have kind of an even number of points on either side of the line. So this would be, even though it's pointing up, this is really bad because all the points are there. This one's not good either because all the points are above. Okay, so I want to kind of hit as many points as possible and then also kind of manage that. So I want to roughly the same number of points on the other side, and if possible, try to get things to work so that, I have about the same distance from things. So I'm going to twist it just a touch, maybe not so much. That's pretty good. I kind of want to go through these points a little bit. Everyone's going to have a little bit different line of best fit, and that's fine. So that looks about what I'm looking for. Okay, I've got a bunch of points on below and a bunch of points up above. Okay, and I'm gonna hit this as my line of best fit. So just give me a second. I'm gonna just put this down, and I'm going to draw the line because I really want to hold my ruler and draw it at the same time. So give me 1 second. Okay, so it looks something like that. Now, technically, I should also have a point of 0, 0, because if I don't work at all, I shouldn't be picking anything. So it should have been going through something like that. But that's not always the case. I'm going to leave it that way. So what I want to see here is this line of best fit that shows the trend. Now, if I want to get a little technical, I can actually get a rate here. Okay, and I'm going to pick just the line because the line is supposed to generate the average or the best approximation to a linear relationship as possible. Okay, so and lines are really useful because we can get a rate from there. So I'm going to use this point right here. So I'm going to use 3 and figure out where we are. I could use a ruler. It looks like it's about 10. So I'm going to say, just shy of 10, maybe like 9. It's about 9 here. Okay. Also, the next one, I should have used a ruler, but oh well. And I'm going to do this other point. So I'm going to go up to the line here at 9. And then I'm going to go over. And I should be using a ruler, but I'm going to do my best here, just eyeing it. And it's about there. So that's 25. I'd say that's 27. Looks like it at least. So why did I want this? Well, here's my rate triangle. I've got my rate triangle. This has gone from 9 to 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So that's my run. And up above here is going to be 27 to 9. So 27 minus 9, that is 18. That's my rise. And so my slope, which tells me the rate, is rise over run, which is 18 divided by 6, which is about 3. So what does that mean? 3 baskets. That's what's on the vertical per hour worked, hour that you're working. And that's basically the average that I'm going to see for this relationship. Okay, I think this is going to help. I hope you guys can use it. I would fill in a little bit more detail, but if you've got other ideas like the mean coordinates or whatever, and it says to use it to interpolate info from a graph, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do here, but this is the simplest thing to do. Okay, and you make your own graph paper. There's other ways to make graph paper. If you have line paper, you can kind of crisscross 2 lines or 2 pieces of paper at 90 degrees and you get perfect graph paper. Okay. If not, this is a second best. And you know what? I'll be happy with what you get. Okay. Thank you.